So we see your browser now, yes.
Yeah, so
Connect
you
your
see
wallet.
connect wallet? Yeah, great. So yeah, we created some example sites that showing how it works. So yeah, let's connect identity. And it's site with achievements that checking conditions that you send a message to feed, and you're eligible only when you send it. And currently it's checking that I'm not eligible, so I need to send some message. Submit it, see that I send it, and now in main page I see that I'm eligible. So it's example of condition that people can use in achievement, but it can be more hard logic with maybe have Twitter or some actions in another canisters. So yeah, to receive our achievement, we need to select identity wallet. So when we use internet identity, we have different principles to apps, and we have one app that we call Hub, and it's an app where we can manage all our reputation, our achievements, and we store achievements of user in Hub, so user can verify some achievements or receive it to Hub. And yeah, we selected identity wallet that connected in Hub, and now we can receive our achievement. So we click on it, and currently we use canister signature to receive it. And now in our Hub, we have a confirmation pop-up that we want to receive this. So yeah, achievement received, and we see status that we received our achievement. So we can go to our Hub, and check that we minted our achievement, and check some info about it. So name of achievement, description, and issue as this achievement. So we have sites that currently just a centralized list of issuers that verify it or not. And in next steps, we want to create some decentralization to it. So yeah, flow looks like this. Apps that want to integrate reputation use Hub to interact with this with post message, and user, so application call Hub when application wants to issue some achievement, or if app want to verify some reputation about user.
So first question I have is this related to verifiable credentials? Are you using those, or how does the technology stack look like?
So currently in MVP version, we're just using ICRC7, so it's NFT. Yeah, but we're looking for a standard to implement to issue credentials to user.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see a combination of both, that it's stored within ICRC7, but it can issue verifiable credentials based on that information somewhere.
Yeah, I think maybe we can issue it in credential and have some canister models that can mint your credential to ICRC7, something like this.
So quickly for my understanding, so how many entities do we have here? So the Hub is one entity, right? And then you have this relinked page, which is the one where you got the achievement from,
Yes.
right? And then
yeah, it's
you have also the example tab. Is the example tab yet another entity? Like, are there three entities or two?
So example app is just example of some project. So it's not really entity, just a project that integrated reputation.
Okay.
Yeah, and another entity is that we have achievement. So achievement is just a canister that checking some conditions, and another entity is that reputation model that means this achievement. So achievement just checking condition and change status if user eligible.
Right. And for the window post message interface, so did you invent your own protocol for this specific purpose, or did you build it on top of like an existing one? So what I'm getting at, is it similar to like ICRC 25 and related standards, or is it like totally unrelated?
Currently not, it's just MVP version. So I want
Okay.
to get some standardization with this.
Yeah, also, I'm not completely sure if ICRC5 and extensions are like, I understand for the wallet connection you would want that, but I'm not sure for the achievements back and forth if ICRC5 is meant to be used there, or you should look into verifiable credentials, because technically I'm not sure if an issuer of achievements should be seen as a wallet. Like the thing holding the achievements probably is a wallet. I'm not so sure.
Uh,
I mean, if you now currently mint to ICRC 7, then it's an NFT, and an NFT can or could easily be held by a signer, right?
Yeah, fair enough. From that perspective, yes. Unless
How do you even, is it a non-transferable NFT? Because like if you have an achievement and then you transfer it or sell it, is it an achievement?
Yeah, so it's non-transferable, so we just ACRSM without functions to transfer it.
But II is not, oh, I see. And so you're gonna ask developers to integrate UPAS one by one so that they can read achievements, because users can't use a wallet to get the achievement to their own principal that they carry around from app. Like you're basically making UPass a wallet. That
Maybe,
doesn't.
but I just using internet identity, so I just store some entities that represents credentials on some wallet that connected to Hub, and currently
But that
I'm looking.
wallet can only be used on your, like your application is the only one, the only way users can access their achievements. They can't connect Plug or Stoic or NFID Wallet to use those achievements elsewhere in the ecosystem. Users and other ecosystem developers must use UPass. Yeah.
So in canister of achievement, there is two ways if you want to issue achievement to another wallet, if you using internet identity, or if you eligible to achievement, you can receive to this wallet. So currently it's not implemented in UI, but technically, yeah, it can work with another wallets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm also not sure if the non-transferable, if that's a good idea, because if
So
someone
I
holds it in a
understand
certain wallet,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
So
the idea is like one person can achieve it and only that person should have the achievement. But at the same time, someone could share his identity with someone else. So I wouldn't hold too strong on the non-transferable part. Like I wouldn't want it to be actually be sold around in the marketplace, because that defeats the purpose of achievements. But I can understand that being able to transfer it to a different wallet, if you have these things across like 10 wallets and you want to put it in a single wallet as the same person, you probably want to be able to transfer them.
Well, I don't know.
Folks,
I think there are counter arguments to that. Like
yeah,
and it's messy either way, and that's why on Ethereum I really like like delegated wallets. I think it's called delegate.cash is the URL. And I like generally like the concept that you basically say, um, this is my primary wallet. I have a bunch of assets here, but if I connect with this other wallet, then like other developers can query my delegate cache contract and see that this other wallet is connected to mine. So I am delegating kind of some authority to this other wallet. And that gets around it too. So I think there are multiple ways to skin the cat on that one. But
Yeah, I'm also thinking
and
about like signing in with both wallets, proving that you own both, and then being able to transfer it. Like, I think there are ways
yeah,
um,
yeah. And then
to make it a bit more secure.
With Decide AI, it's kind of the same sort of issue. Like that right now, they only support verifiable credentials for II. That's the only flow. And so when we spoke, because OpenChat also like wants to open auth to any wallet. But they're like, well, but we need this. We're relying on a Decide AI credential right now, and they don't support other wallets. And so when we spoke with the Decide AI team, they're like, okay, well, we've thought about non-transferable NFTs as a way around that. So because we don't need verifiable credentials, that's not a necessity. Non-transferable NFTs are fine. So if we allow any wallet to connect and we issue a non-transferable NFT to any of those wallets, then once those wallets connect to OpenChat, then OpenChat immediately has access to those non-transferable NFTs. Problem solved. So like, yeah, I think there are multiple different ways ranging in complexity as we talked about earlier. It's like, do we do the simpler complexity or higher order complexity? But multiple ways, I think.
I mean, verifiable credentials you only really need if you care about like privacy and linkability, if you want to include maybe selective disclosure and stuff
Yeah,
like that, right? But if you connect, like if your goal is to have like a stable identity that you carry around with your like everywhere, and then you just have attached attributes to that identity, then like verifiable credentials is needlessly
overkill.
complicated, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Like verifiable credentials are a very targeted way of doing something very specific really, really well. But I think the majority of things in the ecosystem would probably be better with even just canister calls, like just a method that's exposed. It doesn't have to even be some NFT. It's just like open up a method. And maybe this is my feedback to you, Leo, is um, I'm personally in favor of this. So I definitely have a bias. I'll throw that out there right now. But I do think that people need to go around as like leo.icp. And in my opinion, we unlock other developers to build cool stuff, let's say with UPAS, by allowing leo.icp to connect to OpenChat. And you just say to OpenChat, hey, I have my canister available. All you need to do is call get achievements with the principal that connects with you, and you'll get all your achievements. That's it, problem solved. And it's the simplest way of doing it. Obviously, it won't work with internet identity because you can't bring a stable identity across applications without ICRC28 support. But that, like, as far as complexity goes, that's the least complex. You don't have to ask developers to integrate some SDK. It's just here's an endpoint on my canister, throw in a principal, and check to see if the connected identity has any achievements.
Actually, if you throw in ICRC21, right, you can even create a nice message for the signer to show, right, saying, hey, you're about to share the information, and then list exactly the pieces of information, the achievements that you're going to share.
Yeah.
And then you have like a meaningful consent screen, even like out of the box, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could essentially do away with almost all of your like custom front end. I mean, maybe you want to have like some management somewhere, but like to make it shareable across all applications with any signer, people might want to use.
Yeah.
I mean, having that out of the box is really nice.
Yeah, it always reminds me of the most cliche example that you always see with fair variable credentials. A Boolean that says, are you 18 plus or not? Are you an adult? With ICRS 21, you could beautifully do that. Like you get a pop-up, this system wants to know if you're an adult. And then you say sign, and then it gets back yes or no.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, great.
So it's
and with idea that user have some personal canisters to projects can just call a method in this canister. So is it easy to implement canister deploying for user to like revert personal canister that manage his reputation? Or if I understand this,
but that's problematic. That's also problematic, right? If you give a user their own canister that then makes the claims about the user's achievements, like what's stopping me from deploying like a version that just says, yes, I have every achievement imaginable. I'm like the best guy ever. Like, I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Best guy ever, Frederick. Let's clear here.
Also, just to clarify, just to go a few steps back. So the topic of architectures of applications has been quite hot recently in the forums, as you might have noticed. There's this topic of like a single canister architecture where just one canister stores all user information. There's like Hero and some other applications that do a per user canister architecture. Just want to clarify on the per user canister architecture. It has a lot of benefits. It also has a lot of negatives, the costs, and also a canister is quite heavy and big in the current way IC is built. Like that, it's quite big, and the communication back and forth between canisters, if you want to have information on all these canisters, all have a delay. Well, with a single canister, all the data is there, you can process between multiple canisters a lot quicker. So there's pros and cons for each architecture. So you can probably find a lot about it on the forum. So I'm not going to say too much about that. But a per user canister architecture does not mean that the user has control over these canisters. It doesn't have to mean that the user can update the canister themselves. It could still be that all these canisters are in control actually of UPAS. But you should definitely keep in mind these security considerations. Who is in control of these canisters, who updates them, stuff like that. Also, if you have 10,000 of them, how are you going to make sure that if you're the one controlling them, that all 10,000 of them get updated? Also another fun project. So per user canister architecture has a lot of pros, but also a lot of challenges. So definitely double check, triple check before you make a decision there about the.
I mean, honestly, I would try to keep it simple for as long as possible, the fewest amount of canisters that you can get away with. Yeah. Because, like, I mean, II is one canister and it works fine for quite a few users. And it makes it so much easier to manage than if it was like open chat with like their 10,000s of canisters. Yeah. So, I mean, do make sure you really have a need for that or a tangible benefit before you make that switch. But I mean, keep the door open to make it later, right? I mean, maybe that's beneficial at some point, but don't jump the gun on this.
Because I've seen some projects jump on it, like, but like it's sometimes
can
better.
I say my idea? I have one idea because, in my opinion, you don't have to cut transfer functionality from, you can use pure ICRC7, but just generate name of the user on the image and nobody won't sell it with their name, and that's it actually. Because in real world you can win some cup, you know, statuette and something, and there's your name on it, right? And you can sell it. You can sell it. You're free to sell it, but probably nobody wants it because it's your name. So if you make image and generate name of the user, then nobody will to sell it.
Yeah, it's a good point. Or in metadata, just like a key for like original owner and the value.
because it's original owner and nobody wants someone's name.
Yeah.
But use
But then-
pure ICRC7 for this.
But keep in
then-
mind, there's a few things I would like to say there, but Dan, you can go first.
Just that I think it makes NFTs kind of overkill. It feels unnecessary in this case.
No, NFT are sexy. It's important. It's very boring to have method in a canister. Nobody wants it. But NFT, yeah, I want NFT. They should go with NFT because it's sexy.
Yeah, I
Really.
also think that for users, it's a great driver to get some achievement for some actions in NFT. And
I guess it depends. Like, do you want the UPass standards for achievement, or do you want an NFT? Like
Yeah.
you have the opportunity to create an achievement standard that's separate from an NFT standard. And it just like every wallet will not have UPass achievements as NFTs in the NFT section. They'll have achievements as a tab and would read UPass achievements as like the common standard methods.
Keep in mind that also adds a barrier of adoption, of course, because they need to ask every wallet to implement it. But
It's
one
true.
thing I want to mention about the putting a name on the picture, it sounds like a genius idea, but most people are anonymous within their wallets. So it's going to be a challenge to even have that name in the first place to be able to put it in the picture. So the only thing I was actually thinking about that might be a better approach is like you claim a UPass after doing a certain thing, right? After proving that you created a tweet, or after doing something specific, like entering certain information, like showing a picture of your face or something. Like there's a certain action that allows you to claim it.
yeah.
I'm thinking reclaiming could also be an approach. So you make them non-transferable, but if you want on a different wallet, you have to reclaim it. So you have to go to the same claim process again, show your face again, or prove that you made that tweet to a certain user interface that checks your Twitter account. Like go to the same process again, but could be a shorter version if you already did the action on Twitter. And then we'll transfer the NFT for you, basically. So there could also be like a different approach to transferring. Like instead of transferring it by sending it from address to address, you could make the claim process something you can redo to make the transfer possible on another account. So there are more approaches here. Just keep that in mind.
But I think we all kind of share the same feedback ultimately that adoption would be easier if this is like wallet agnostic and signer agnostic, that a user can go to whatever other application with Stoic plug, NFID wallet, whatever else, and share their achievements rather than ask every developer to integrate the UPass SDK for checking achievements of whatever principle.
Actually, I have a suggestion. Why don't you create a actual like topic on the README of the working group, right? Create a pull request here and add your thing as a row in that table, because I think it's something interesting, and people that like don't have access to this Zoom chat should be able to find it, right? So yeah, like
Okay.
maybe
So
link it
I'll
here,
add
maybe
it.
create an issue as well. I think that would be a good addition, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
Thanks.
I'm reading the docs now, and it's a lot more information that you've said today. Very interesting documentation and motivation. Very nice.
Thank you.
Great. So we're excited to hear more from you and get updates.